So we are doing a season recap on one of the Team DWG players. This player has had a phenomenal season, improved immensely, great results on the golf course, hits the driver over 300 yards, okay? Has a club head speed in the high 80 mile an hour with a 7-iron, and happens to be an 18-year-old girl. If you want to see a bit more about this, watch this video and see how impressive this player is. So Hollie's had an absolutely phenomenal season this year. She's climbed loads of points in the world ranking. She got to around 100 in the world, which was really, really good. She had 12 months off the year before. She had an injury and just took time out away from the game, came back this year. I've been working with her for getting on for nearly 12 months right now, and she's had a brilliant, brilliant season. She came third in the British Amateurs. This is people from all over the world, from Canada, America, Australia, come to the UK and play in the British Amateur, the Women's British Amateur, which was at Hillside. She came third in that, despite having an injury that week. She slipped on a slope, pulled her groin, so it was an amazing result considering her injury.
Local hope Hollie Muse created some headlines today after battling through a tough injury to win both her matches and fly the English flag.
It's just been amazing, and to be honest with you, I've had an injury that I got yesterday on the first hole. I fell on some uneven ground and my leg gave way, so I've got a really bad sprain to my groin. It's given me agony, but I said to myself, I'm not going to stop until it breaks. I'm just in it to win it, and I just want to keep pushing myself.
It was the local girl, Hollie Muse, who stole the headlines today as she battles through a big injury to make it through to the semi-final in front of all her home fans.
Today was a very tough match between me and the Italian because it was so competitive. Probably the most competitive game I've had this week. Even though it was my biggest win, it was still the hardest, I thought, mentally and golf-wise.
Of all things, she qualified for the Ladies Rico British Open at Royal Lytham St Anne's and beat, of all people, Paula Creamer in a playoff to get that spot. Absolutely phenomenal year. So what we're going to look at is have a recap on the year, talk about what we've worked on, talk about her things in a swing that we're constantly monitoring to make her a better player, and then discuss the other areas in the game that we've worked at to build on performance and help her get these phenomenal performances in these great tournaments. So there's been three areas in Hollie's game that we've been working on. They are getting those arms more in front in the backswing, so that's getting those arms to sit a little bit higher up on the body here. It's really important for her. She's got quite long levers and it gives her space coming down. The second bit has been making sure that the right heel stays on the floor for longer. When she pushes that up too much, it means that she gets nearer to the ball, she gets trapped, her path starts to come too far from in to out, and with the amazing club head speed that she's got, it puts too much shape on the ball. So that's something that's really key to her because she gets so much speed, we've got to make sure that she has got space. And then the third factor is that when that right heel was working up too much and she's stuck underneath it, the hands have to extend and do too much work through impact. So what we've then done is try to get that right shoulder on top, covering the ball, and what she does is has a great feeling. So a feeling that I use with her is I get the feeling to roll the foot and then I'll pull the shoulder forwards, and she gets this feeling that as that right shoulder is coming forward that she is therefore going to cover that golf ball, and it means that she gets maximum compression whilst keeping that club face really stable. This has been great for her this year. She has seen her strokes gain go up in terms of long game. That's really been amazing for her. Compare that to tour players, of the ladies tour players, and she is right up there in the top few in the world in terms of where her ball striking has been at this summer. So that has been absolutely fantastic. So whole short game, this has been something we've done a fair bit of work on. You know, I still think that this and her pitching are going to be the two areas where she needs to improve upon going forward. Obviously her putting can tighten up a little bit as well, but these are going to be the areas that are going to really see her be able to improve performance, and then looking at the golf IQ side of things. But in terms of the short game, what we're looking at is that she had a very short backswing, and when it got too short, she had to do all of the work on the way through, and it meant that because she was putting too much speed into that follow through, she was altering the face angle and the way the club was interacting with the ball would change on every single shot. So sometimes it would come out really fast and low, sometimes it would work under and get a bit soft, and this isn't what she needs. Being a +4 handicapper, she's got to have elite control around the green, controlling her landing spot, the trajectory, the spin. All of these need to be absolutely on point all the time, and the way she was doing it, making a lot of problems for her. So we've added wrist hinge into the backswing. It's got a little bit more hinge going up here, and instead of the shoulders rotating to flat here, we've got the middle of the body just to work a little bit more forward, and then got the arms matching into what that body movement is doing. And therefore that's providing her with a lot more consistency and giving her versatility around the greens. Bunkers were bit hit and miss, and what we've done there is we've got to open the club face up a little bit more in the backswing, so that's adding a little bit more cup into that left wrist, which then allows her to deliver more loft back through the ball. She can pop it out and therefore really change trajectory and play in different sand conditions, which will make a massive difference to her control out the bunkers. So Hollie came back in the summer lacking a bit of confidence in the greens, and that was just due to just seeing variable results on different surfaces when she was at college in America. So first thing we did, we saw that the grip was quite a long way out for us. We've got the club to run through the lifeline here, got her a lot more matched at setup in terms of forearms and the putter, and then we've got the eye line to change. And then what she was doing is, because of the way she was set up, she had a bit of a loop in the stroke. So what we've got is, we've got her using the Vizio putting arc and got her using that religiously to work on her path, and therefore we're then just using a metronome to get her tempo absolutely perfect. So what amazed me was, came back, did a putting lesson. She spent 8 hours after that first putting lesson on the putting green. I mean, 8 hours. Who does 8 hours of putting? Couldn't believe it. Anyway, it started to show in the results. She was getting much better results on the greens. But what we also did is do a load of skill tests that are able to eke out and start to have a look at what areas in her game we need to tease out those few percent that are going to make those big differences. And it was the skills test where we could see that speed control was lacking a little bit. We could do some green reading, and these tests made a massive difference in terms of the performance that we were able to see throughout the summer. So earlier in the year, you heard me talk about Team DWG. We've done a couple of videos, but not done as many as I would have liked to have done. But we are going to get loads more coming forward. What is Team DWG? Well, this is the up-and-coming junior players, the elite amateurs and the professionals that I work with. What we've done is created this performance team around those guys and girls that allows them to maximise their performance. If they need it, they've got other people we can bring into the team, whether that's a performance coaching or whether that's somebody that can help them in the gym with TPI, etc. This is providing the framework for these players to maximise their results. So we've got Hollie doing a recap from the season. We're going to do a recap on another player's season, and then minimum once a month we're going to have Team DWG on the channel. Is there stuff you'd like to see from these players in terms of what they're doing? May it be over the winter going into the off season, or is that going to be in-season performance? Is it knowing a bit more about the players? What would you like to know? Keep an eye out. This is going to be something we're doing. If you haven't seen any of the stuff from the other players and want to know a bit about them, hop over to my Instagram channel. That's going to be on the link below. That will give you an idea of those players. You can find out who they are. We've got things on there from them, from short game, long game. Everything will be on each one of those players on that channel. Their names are there. Comment below if you'd like to see any of these on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thank you very much for watching as always, and talk to you again very soon.